Good morning, class. Have a seat. We'd like to start. So we're looking at volume and external surface area of a prism, or prisms. So yesterday I gave you some homework, correct? We stopped here, no? Gave you number 2 to do for homework. Right, the question says, in the exercise on page 120, (2.1) says, number 2 says, calculate A, the volume, and B, the total external area of each of the following figures. Okay. So how do you calculate volume? Area of base. So what type of shape is this base? Triangular base. Okay. However, how do you calculate the area of a triangle? Is half base times perpendicular height times depth of the object. So as you can see, we highlighted the base already, the triangle. So if 4 is your base, then 3 is your height. Or if 3 is your base, 4 is your height. Okay? Not so? Any confusion? It's all to do with the 90 degrees, no? Yes. So it's going to be half. What's my base? 4, my height is 3, and the depth of the object? 7. Half times 4 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 7 is 42 units squared. Cubed, absolutely. Yes? No, you won't get penalize that for the grade 8s. Well, you want me to penalize? No problem, I'll penalize. Yes. Yes, my God.
So I'm going to do BA.
BA. Yes, but you need only BA in the next calculation. So you must, yes, do BA. So for the total surface area, it's going to be perimeter of base times height plus 2 area of base. So it's a triangular base is the perimeter of triangle times height plus 2 times the area of a triangle is half base times perpendicular. So we look at the perimeter, I must add 3 plus 4 plus this length of AB, which I don't have. Not so? So in other words, I need to calculate AB. So I'm going to calculate AB. But again, so AB squared is equal to 3 squared plus 4 squared. 3 squared is 9, plus 4 squared is 16. 9 plus 16 is 25. Not so? The square root thereof, we can answer 5. Okay. Okay. Perimeter of a triangle is 3 plus 4 plus 1 times height 7 plus half times 2 is 1, base is 4 and height is 3 perpendicular. 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 5 is 12, 7 times 12 is 84 plus 12, which is 96 units. Is that correct? You guys got that, no? Right. Let's carry on. 2.2. Perimeter and area. Total surface area. And sorry, not perimeter but volume. Let's go with volume. How do you calculate volume? Area of base times height. So we got the area of this base, a circular base. How do you calculate the area of a circle? Pi square times height, which is pi. What's the radius? 3,5 square times height, which is 735 over 8 pi. Or SD. 2 decimal places. 288 comma 16. Units. Cube. You look at the total surface area. How do you calculate total surface area? Perimeter of base times height plus twice area of base. Okay. What type of shape is this base? Circular base. How do you calculate area perimeter of a circle? 2 pi r times height plus 2 area of base pi r. It will be 2 pi. What's my radius? 3,5 times 7,5 plus 2 pi, where the radius is 3,5 squared. How can you ask that in the middle of a lesson like this? Huh? Sounds like you haven't done your homework, eh? Did you worried about other things now? Am I right? Am I right, Michael? Yes, I am right. So if you had done your homework, you would have been interested in what is happening here. This is definitely in your exam. So it's 2 pi times 3.5 squared. See, I made a mistake now. $77 pi. Or it is equal to. So you can always write it to 2 decimal places. Unless the question says leave your answer in terms of pi. 241,9 centimeter units. Squared. Sorry? 19. I don't need a zero there. Is that correct? You guys got that when you worked it out. Okay, good. $288. Yeah, this one. 241. Yeah, 241. Okay, let's look at number 2.3. Alright, total surface, the volume. How do you calculate the volume? Area of base times height. What type of shape is the base? Rectangular base. Not so? How do you calculate the area of a rectangle? Length times breadth times the depth of the object. So what's the length? 6.5 times 2.5 times height of 3. 6.5 times 2.5 times 3 gives you 48,7. units cubed. The total surface area, TSA, perimeter of base times height plus 2 area of base. Perimeter of a rectangle is 2 length plus 2 breadth times height plus twice area of base length times. So it's going to be 2 times what's my length? 6.5 plus 2 times 2.5 times your height, which is 3 plus 2 times my length, 6.5 times my breadth, which is 2.5. Open brackets, 2 times 6.5 plus 2 times 2.5 times 3 plus 2 times 6.5 times 2.5. So you give the answer of 86, 6,5 units. Okay. Let's take this off. Underneath the space. 2.7. Did I give you 2.7 to do? Yes. So the volume is equal to area of base times height. What type of shape is this base? Triangular base. Not so. How do you calculate area of a triangle? Half base times perpendicular times the depth of the object. Not so. So half. What's my base? 4a times my height 3a times the depth of the object 8a. Can you see that? 4 times 2 is half. 4 times half is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. And 6 times 8 is 48. 8 times 8 times 8 is 8. Okay. Look at the total surface area. Perimeter of base times height plus 2 area of base. Okay. So if you look at the shape here, it's a triangular base, so it's a perimeter of triangle times height plus 2 area of base, which is half base times perpendicular. The half and the 2 cancel. The perimeter of the triangle, and I'm shorting the length of AB. Not so. So I'm going to calculate AB. I take this. So AB squared is equal to 4A squared plus 3A squared. Okay? So 4A squared is what? 16A squared. 3A squared? 9A squared, which is 25A squared. Not so? So if I take the square root of this, what do I get? Therefore AB is equal to 5. Okay. The perimeter here is going to be 3A plus 4A plus times your height, which is 8A, plus your base, which is 4A, times your height, which is 3. You add inside the brackets, so it's going to be 9A, 12A, 12A times 8A, it's 96A, plus 12A. 96A plus 12A is 108A squared. Okay. You all agree with that? Any confusion? Okay, and this can of course be units squared. Okay, units cubed. It's 2.7. Also do 2.4. Yes. Some this with 8 marks. No? The learn this. Yeah. 8 marks. The total, so the volume, how do you calculate volume? Area of base times height. So if you look at this here, this will be your base. The whole thing is the house. Okay. But that would be your base. Why? Because if I made this here your base, can you see that? Whoops, it won't be there. Huh? It will be somewhere else. Connecting with that. But if that's your base and your top won't be the same. Can you see that? Yes. So I choose a base where the top will be the same. So I leave that as your base. So how do you calculate the volume is area of base times height? So if you look at the shape here, the base is a composite shape. It's made up of two shapes, not so. Made up of a triangle and a rectangle. You're timesing it by 8. The triangle is this given 90 here. Sounds like you didn't do your homework, Gabby. So how did you then work out the area of this triangle? Skip. Okay, so there's 90. So there's going to be 8 and 8. So one's going to be your base and one's going to be your height. Can you see that? Yes. Times your rectangle is going to measure. What is this length here? That I must work out. Not so? Now you think I'm going to work that out? Take this. So you're going to say AB squared. That was your hypotenuse. How do I know that AB is your hypotenuse? It's opposite the 90 degrees. Yes. So you apply Pythagoras there in that triangle. So AB squared is equal to 8 squared plus 8 squared. So 64 plus 64 is 128. Okay. That's 128. So AB squared. The square root thereof. So AB is equal to. Then give you 8 root 2. I know some of you are going to work with decimal. No? In decimal it would be 11,31. So if you got that, it's fine. Or you can use 8 root 2. Okay, I'm going to use 8 root 2. So it's going to be 5 times 8 root 2. Okay. So how do you calculate the area of a triangle? So half base times perpendicular height plus length times breadth times the depth of the object, which is going to give you a half. My base of this triangle is 8. The height is 8 plus the length is 5. The breadth is 8 root 2 times the height. What's the depth of this object? 24. Answer the whole thing in the calculator. Open brackets. A half times 8 times 8 plus 5 times 8 root 2. And so I could just press the answer button. Last answer calculated times 24. Would you? 2125 comma 65 units. Okay, you guys okay with that? Yeah. But if you had rounded that answer off, of course your answer will come close to that answer. Not so? Okay. Did you get the total surface area? When you calculate the total external surface area, it's going to be perimeter of base times height plus 2 area of base. So perimeter of this base is going to be 8 plus 5 plus 8 root 2 plus 1. Or 11,3 whatever. Okay? So it's going to be 8 plus 5 plus 8 root 2 plus 5 times the height of this object, 24, plus the area of the base will be 2 times a half base, which is 8, and my height is also 8. So for brackets, 8 plus 8 plus 5 plus 8 root 2 plus 5 times 24 plus 959,53 units. Okay, do you guys get that?
Yes.
According to the textbook is 107, 2. So I got the 5, the 11.3 is that one, the 5, the 8, the 8. So 2 5s, 2 8s, 11 times 24 plus, nope, I'm wrong. Here's my mistake. Twice area of base. There's a whole shape is your base here. So I had to use this whole thing here. So I had to use this thing. I only use this part, which is the triangle. So I'm wrong here. So you're supposed to have gone times 2 times your base. Okay? What I missed out was the rectangle, which is plus, then, which is 5 times 8 root 2. Okay. Of course, this is wrong. I don't know how I overlooked that. So it's 2 times half base times legal height plus 5 times 8 root 2. 1072, comma 67. Units. So why did you say yes, yes, if it was wrong? You skipped this one. Okay, now I know which ones to put in the exam. No, the ones you skipped. Alright. No. 2.8? Okay. 2.8 is homework for tomorrow, as well as 2.9. But of course you had to do 2.5. So I gave you little work and you guys didn't do the work. You did? Which one did you skip?
I only did the 2.4.
2.4. But you understand why? Okay, some of you are working, the others are not working. How do we build a nation like this? Okay. So, volume. Volume is equal to area of base times height. So what type of shape is this base? I can use this as my base, no? Rectangular base. So it's going to be length times breadth times height. So what's my length? 20. What's the breadth? Do I have my height? No. My height is actually AB. Not so? So we have a triangle looking like this here. draw it here. So there's your B, your A, and your D. 15, 90, 17. What is your hypotenuse here? 17. So it's going to be 17 squared equals 15 squared plus AB squared. The reason is Pythagoras. With angle A, which is BAD, equals 90 degrees. And that is behind the calculation. Do I have to say this part here? No. And is a question say, with reason. When do we have to write it? When we're busy with geometry. Okay. But you'll always see me write it in there, so just to remind you of the rule then. No? So this AB squared is equal to 17 squared minus 15 squared. AB gives us an answer 70 squared minus 15 squared, 64. We give the square root thereof. Square root of this can be this. So that perpendicular height is 8. So I'm multiplying it by. So it's 8 times 15 times 20 gives you 2001 units, or in this case centimeters cubed. Let's look at the total surface area. Total surface area is going to be perimeter of base times height plus twice area of base. Perimeter of base is a rectangular base, 2 length plus 2 breadth times the height plus 2 area of base. So it's 2 times, what's my length? 20 plus 2 times the breadth, which is 50 times the height, 8 plus 2, my length, 20, my breadth. One brackets, 2 times 20 plus 2 times 15 times 8 plus 2 times 20 times 15. They give you 1160. 1160 centimeters. Okay. Any confusion there? No. So after 1.9, sorry, 2.9 tomorrow. You have to do 2.6. Okay. 2.6. We calculate the volume. Area of base. We're going to use this as your base. What type of shape is that? Triangle. How do you calculate area of a triangle? Half base times perpendicular height times the depth of the object. Okay. So there's your 90. So this can be your base, which measures 16, and there's going to be your height, which is unknown. So I'm going to calculate that. What's your hypotenuse here? So it's going to be 34 squared is equal to 16 squared plus AB squared. And the reason is Pythagoras with BAC equals 90 degrees. Again, you don't need the reason. So AB squared is equal to 34 squared minus 16 squared. squared minus 16 squared. Gives you 900. The square root thereof 30 units, no? Why unit? There's no measurements in it. These are units. That will be half times 30 times 16 times 12. Half times 30 times 16 times 12. The answer 2,880. Units. I look at the total surface area. Did you guys get it?
When met scales?
Thanks, boss. Okay. Perimeter of base times height plus 2 area of base. Perimeter of base is going to be perimeter of the triangle times your height plus 2 area of base. So half base times perpendicular. Okay? So perimeter of the base, I must add up all these lengths. Not so? So it's going to be 30 plus 34 plus 16 times 12. Plus, that cancels. Your base is 30, and your perpendicular height is 60. Open brackets. 30 plus 34 plus 16 times 12 plus 30 times 16. 1,440 units. Okay. Any confusion here? This was an easy one, eh? Fairly straightforward there. The last one I gave you. You did all the sums I gave you for me. Okay, so you do the rest of number 2. Let's look at number 3. In number 3 we are told that a wooden cylinder is a round thing, has a square hole bored out of it as shown in the diagram. So in other words, it's cut out of it. Okay? Calculate the volume of the remaining wood. How do you think we're going to do this? We have a cylinder, and out of that cylinder, a triangular prism, or a square prism, is cut out of the cylinder. So the volume of the circle is minus the volume of the square prism. Not so? So let's do that calculation. Let's just calculate the volume of the remaining. So now we're not looking at total surface area. You see that? So volume is equal to the volume of the cylinder minus the volume of the squared base prism. How do you calculate the volume of anything? Volume is equal to area of base times height. Not so? So what is the area of, how do you calculate the area of a cylinder? Space? Pi squared. The circular base times height minus, how do you calculate the volume of the squared base prism? So the area of the base is going to be side squared, yes, times height. So do that calculation for me quickly. Zoom in. Better? Sorry? Okay, wait, let me just do this. Okay, can you all see now? The radius is 3 centimeters. What is the length of the side? 4. You know it's a bad copy. Sorry? So this is the radius, that length is 3, and this here, this length of the side is 4 centimeters. The height is 10 now, of course. Sorry? Oh. Can I do it?
No.
Still busy? Yes? Okay. Will you guys all see if I put the lights on? No? One sitting higher up, see? Better? Oh, now you can see the person in front of you. So answers. Huh? What? She said, oh. No, you wanted one, the other one wanted one. What's wrong with you? Right, here we go. So total surface area, volume, area of base times height, so it's going to be pi, what's my radius? 3 squared times the height, which is 10, minus side squared, which is 4 squared times 10. So that's going to be 90 pi minus 16, so it's 160. So 90 pi minus 160. 122,7. Centimeters cube. Right, you guys okay with this? Right, let's do another one. Look at number 4. Number 4, we are told calculate x and y. So how are you going to calculate x here in this diagram? In diagram A. Pythagoras. Yes. How are you going to calculate y in diagram B? Also Pythagoras. There's your A and your B. For those of you who can't see, your A, sorry, your x and your y. Shape A and prism A and prism B. Then in 4.2 says, which of the containers A or B has a greater volume? So how are you going to work that out? Are you going to guess? There we go. We're going to calculate the volume of shape A or container A. Then you work out the volume of container B. And then you do your comparison. No? Mali? You okay? Do you know Pythagoras? You know Pythagoras? Nice. So first do Pythagoras quickly. Then I'll explain it to you, okay? Okay? No. That's okay. Okay. Sorry. Jessica, you looks like you're done. Let's do the song then, my girl. You're not feeling well. You must stay at home then. Why not feel well and don't do the work also? Where's the other girl? Manira. Music? Yes. She can see it. I don't want to be at home with her. Yo, there's a lot of work at home. Less work at school. When I'm at home, I must do paint, I must fix a roof. Why you mean I'm like? Who do you think painted them? I must paint myself. The wife say, why must we pay another painter, another person? She pays me? Yes, I understand my wife. You say no? When I paint it, I get a special meal that day. Yes. Last time was that. No, if it's not painting, then I must fix the roof. And if it's not that, I must clean the yard. And if it's not that, I must mop. And clean the kitchen. That's why I say, there's more work at home than at work. So, you see, that's why you never see me. Yes.
So you were absent like once?
Once.
So what do you do when you were absent?
Painting. Right, here we go, listen. We are told calculate x and y. So how do you calculate x? Pythagoras. So where's your 90? Where's your hypotenuse? 2. So 2 squared is equal to x squared plus 1,6 squared. Reason Pythagoras. So I say x squared is equal to, for those of you who go straight into minus, it's 2 squared minus 1.6 squared. Not so? So it's 2 squared minus 1.6 squared. The square root thereof gives you 1, 2. 1, 2. So x equal to 1, 2 centimeters. Not so? How do you calculate y? Pythagoras again. So where's your hypotenuse here? 13. So 13 squared is equal to y squared plus 12 squared. Again Pythagoras. So y squared is equal to 13 squared minus 12 squared, which is 25. It's 5. You guys got that? Now in the second question, I'm going to take this off here. (4.2) Which of the containers A or B has the greater volume? How do you calculate volume? So you're going to calculate the volume of shape A. How do you calculate the volume? Area of base times height. What type of shape is this base? Triangular base. Are you with us, my girl? Huh? Still glad you're amongst the living? Alright, so how do you calculate the area of a triangle? So half base times perpendicular times the height of the object. It's the depth of the object, which is half the basis. Can I say 2? No. Let's look at the 90 degrees, people, and do the relation there. 1.6 times your perpendicular height, which is 1.2 times the depth of the object, which is. There we go. Half times 1.6 times 1.2 times 5. 24 over 5, which is 4,8. Is that correct?
Yes.
So 4,8. 4,8 centimeters. No, there's centimeters there now, so I must write centimeters. Is when there's no marking on it, then I write units. Yes? Cubed. Yes, absolutely. What are we going to do without you, my girl? Hello? Open this up. Okay, good. Can you call me after 3? I'm just in the class now, okay? Sorry about that. Let's look at B quickly. So, what do you notice here? This is in millimeters, this is in centimeters. So, I must convert all to centimeters. Or I could have converted all the units of A to millimeters. It doesn't matter. So 150 gives you 150 gives you 15. Also 15 centimeters. 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. So that's going to give you 1.2. That's going to give us 0.5. I don't need that, but that's going to be 1.3. Okay, so the area of the base is going to be half y, which is 0.5. Base times perpendicular height, which is 1.2, times the depth of the object, which is 15. So 0.5 times 0.5 times 1. 0.5 is half, times 15. That gives us 4.5 centimeters cubed. Not so. So which one is has the larger? A4, A, please. Yes. Sorry. So you converted at the end. Yes, that's also fine. So you got. So what is your answer here? 4,500. Then you divide it by 1,000. Yeah, it's correct. People, listen for homework. It's those three sums plus Is number 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to finish that topic tomorrow. Hopefully. Yeah, there's not much left. Okay, we'll discuss the balance of this tomorrow. People enjoy the rest of your day. Good morning, class.